Welcome to this edition of the Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. Here on the Forum, we highlight interesting and important achievements, programs, and events within our school system and community. Today's show is no exception. Things get underway with Casey Radley. She is the registrar for the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher and will talk with us today about their summer program opportunities. Then we meet with Regina Penna, a tobacco prevention educator with the County Health Department. Regina will discuss tobacco use and prevention. And finally, Georgia Mastrioni, Director of Youth and Family Education for the Cameron Art Museum, stops in the studio. She tells us about the upcoming summer programs at the museum. It's another great edition of the Forum, so stick around. We'll get right back with our guests after this short break.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Who was president the years 1993 through 2000? He pushed through a deficit reduction plan. He spearheaded the Family and Medical Leave Act. He faced an impeachment hearing. If you guessed Bill Clinton, you're right. He was the 42nd President of the United States. This presidential pop quiz has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network, Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
My guest is Casey Radley. She's the registrar for the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher. And we're here to talk about summer camp opportunities. When do you guys offer summer camps?
Our summer camps are 8 weeks long. The first week starts on June 16th and runs to June 20th.
Okay.
And then the last week of camp runs from August 4th through the 8th. And all of our camps are 5-day camps that run through Monday through Friday, with the exception of one 4-day camp we have, and that's June 30th to July 3rd. So they would have July
holiday.
4th off.
What are the hours during the day? What does that look like?
The hours always start at 8:30 is check-in, and they run to 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. And tell us what the day looks like. I mean, I know it's different with different themed camps, and maybe you can even speak to that.
Yep, absolutely. We'll always be doing something outside every day. We'll go to the beach twice a day, 2 days a week, and we'll go out to the salt marsh 1 day a week to go crabbing.
Fun.
It's really fun. Every day involves an activity, an animal encounter, a craft, so they're very busy all throughout the week.
Now, are there different themes?
There are. We have 4 themes, and our themes run 2 weeks long. So the first theme is Nature Patrol. And Nature Patrol focuses on all of our ecosystems found in North Carolina and all of the animals that we have right here in our backyard.
Fun.
The second theme is Weird and Wonderful Wildlife.
Okay.
And this one covers the very neat and interesting things about animals, but they can also be a little bit strange and weird, but they're unique adaptations that the animals have to survive, and we cover all of that.
Cool.
The third theme is Animal Keepers, and this one is a little bit more hands-on and focuses on things that our employees would do day to day to help run our facility.
Oh, cool.
So maybe feeding the animals, cleaning the tanks, things like that. And our last theme is Eco Explorers, and this covers all of the habitats found all around the world and the unique animals that live in them.
So these kids really get a behind-the-scenes look at the aquarium, especially as the patrol. No, is it the patrol one?
The Animal Keepers.
Cool. Oh, the Animal Keepers. That's very exciting and fun.
It's really great.
Now, how about the cost of the programs?
The programs are $230 per week, and that covers daily lunches, snacks. It also covers a t-shirt that they'll get, a water bottle, and a backpack.
Okay. Tell us about the age range.
The ages, we have 3 different age groups that go on throughout the 8-week summer camp program. Our age groups are the Aquanauts, which cover the 5 to 6-year-olds. The Marine Detectives cover the 7 to 9-year-olds. The Ocean Explorers are the 10 to 12-year-olds. And then we offer the Coastal Crusaders, which is 13 to 14, and we offer those 3 weeks long throughout the summer.
What do they do? Anything different or the same programs?
They do get to do some different things. They take a lot of field trips. They go to the Curie Beach Pier. They'll do surf fishing, canoeing. So they're doing a little bit more rigorous activity and traveling.
Fun. Now, do these summer camps fill up pretty quickly?
They do, depending on the age group and the weeks. Our Marine Detectives age group is filling up. But you definitely want to make sure you get your registration in whenever you pick a week and an age group.
And how do we register our children?
That's a great question. You can go on our website at ncaquariums.com. Make sure you click on the Fort Fisher tab.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because there are other aquariums.
Right.
And you can give us a call at 910-458-7468.
Okay. Tell us about any other programs you offer during the summer.
We offer public programs like our behind the scenes tour, which takes you behind where the public can't go to. Our extended behind the scenes tour, which is a little bit longer and it involves a feeding of one of our exhibits.
Fun.
Aquarist Apprentice is a hands-on behind the scenes tour, so you'll be helping our aquarists out with their daily tasks. We also offer surf fishing. So if you're looking for something different and outside, that's a great opportunity. And Children's Discovery Time is geared towards the younger tots. So they'll get something a little bit more towards their age group.
So nobody needs any experience knowing how to do anything to do any of those things?
Absolutely not.
Surf fishing, just, you know. And I think you guys even teach folks how to do it?
We do. Absolutely. You don't even need to bring your own gear. We supply all that.
What about new exhibits at the aquarium?
Yes, we have been very busy this past year getting ready for many new exhibits. If you've come to the aquarium before, you are probably familiar with Luna, our albino alligator. Well, she has actually moved.
Oh.
She's moved her home and she now lives with the other American alligators in their exhibit. And this gives her more space and she loves swimming in her new exhibit, so it's really neat to see her in a different environment. In her old home, we now have a juvenile bald eagle.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he just went out on an exhibit, and so it's really amazing to see such an animal up close. We also have a new sea turtle exhibit, and this exhibit is larger, so you can see our hatchling able to dive and swim.
Oh, wow.
So it's not only great for the turtle because it gets more space, but it's great for the visitors to be able to see it.
Very good. What about volunteer opportunities?
We are always accepting applications for volunteers ages 14 and up. Our junior volunteers are ages 14 to 17, so if you're a little bit younger and maybe figuring out what you want to do when you get older, this is a great opportunity for the younger ones to volunteer. I forgot to mention, but we also have a new butterfly house called the Butterfly Bungalow, and we are also accepting volunteers for that as well. So education, aquariology, horticulture, it's not just on the floor educating, it's a lot of different tasks.
And what might a volunteer do?
They might be helping at our touch tank, teaching about the marine invertebrates that we have found on our ocean, and then rotating to go out to the butterfly house and helping release butterflies, to helping our aquarists feed our animals on exhibit. So it's never a dull moment when you're helping out with the aquarium.
Good.
And if you're interested in volunteering, you can find all of that information on our website.
Very good. Well, Casey, thanks for stopping by
Thank
and
you.
updating us on what's going on at the aquarium. And we'll be back right after these short messages.
H.G. Wells was one of the most influential writers of the early 20th century. Known as one of the creators of science fiction, Wells is also considered the master of the comic novel. By the time he was 30 years of age, he had already begun his famous series of scientific romances, notably The Invisible Man and The Time Machine. This background in literature has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools.
Hey, you told me to call? So can I stay for another hour or so? 11. Okay, Mom.
Let your kids be who they are, but know what they're doing.
My next guest is Regina Penna, tobacco prevention educator with the New Hanover County Health Department. Regina, we're here to talk about tobacco prevention in general. Does everyone know that it's harmful?
Well, I think we would like to think so, but I think sometimes we don't necessarily want to believe what we know. This is the 50th anniversary of the very first Surgeon General's report in 1964 that came out and said that smoking is dangerous. But we still have in this country over 480,000 people a year who die from tobacco-related illnesses. So we still need to get the message out for prevention and cessation. My project in particular works with New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick County to make sure that we're doing the best job of educating our community that we can so we can be as healthy as we can be.
So how does our area stack up against the country?
Well, North Carolina in general is not doing very well. We're doing better than we have in the past, but we still rank 38th among all the states. So I think we're kind of like a D+, C-. We still have a lot of work to do here. Among the adult population in North Carolina, about 20% of our population smokes.
Wow.
But who that 20% is, it's not just 2 out of 10. The majority of those people are undereducated or have a high school education or less, who are working, poor people, and generally people of color. So we have a lot of educating to do and outreach to do in our communities.
Okay, now you can't drive anywhere in town without seeing some new shop for electronic cigarettes. Share your information about that.
Okay, electronic cigarettes are being referred to as kind of like the Wild West. The substance in cigarettes that get people addicted, and it is an addiction, is nicotine. E-cigarettes are just another nicotine delivery device. They have 3 components to them, one of which is a cartridge that has liquid nicotine in it. So people are still getting nicotine. It's kind of up in the air. They're still doing a lot of study right now to find out just the health impact of it. But it's not just water vapor that comes out of it. There are chemical particulates in there, there's nicotine, and a lot of stuff that we don't know. So in our area here in southeastern North Carolina, we have a large percentage of the population that suffers from asthma and severe allergies. And we don't know yet the impact of that vapor on people with asthma and allergies. The liquid nicotine, however, particularly for young people, for young children, nicotine is a poison. So if they get it on their hands or if they ingest it, because it's sold in many different flavors, banana, strawberry, chocolate chip cookie dough, cotton candy, it tastes like that, and little kids don't know that. So we're seeing more people bringing their children to the emergency room. We're calling poison control because they're ingesting the liquid nicotine. So if people are using them, be very careful around young children with it.
Do you know if the same laws apply to them, you know, in a bar or whatever? Are they allowed to have those?
In North Carolina, all of our schools are 100% tobacco free, and that includes e-cigarettes. So people are not allowed to have them on campus. Teachers, students, people who are visiting, whether your church rents the school property for an event. Our schools are not allowed to use them. Work sites are, a lot of work sites are going tobacco free. They may or may not be allowing e-cigarettes. Restaurants, all of our restaurants and bars are smoke free. So combustible cigarettes are not allowed in them. It's kind of on a case-by-case basis right now about e-cigarettes. But e-cigarettes are not allowed to be purchased by youth. The FDA just came out with a new ruling. They're not allowed to be purchased by youth. They can't sell them from vending machines. They can't do free distribution of them. And they don't sell single loosies, they call them. So they're starting to look at regulating it, but they're also doing a great deal of study on e-cigarettes. But we do, as a community, where all tobacco products are concerned, need to be very vigilant about keeping our children away from them and keeping them tobacco free.
Why do you think people are trying this if it's so bad?
I think because we try to delude ourselves into thinking, well, particularly for young people. The majority of smokers start well before they're at the age of 18. Kids have a great capacity for convincing themselves that something isn't as dangerous.
Yeah.
No, it won't happen to me. I won't be addicted. I can quit whenever I can. I used to smoke a long time ago. I was a Virginia Slims girl. I thought that smoking made me this independent, you know, forthright woman, and it didn't. It made me a nicotine addict, and it was very difficult to quit. So the younger people start smoking, the more difficult it is to quit. So I think it's like with any kind of advertising, you need to be a conscientious consumer of what it is they're trying to sell you. Will that product actually make you run faster, jump higher?
Right.
Will it make you beautiful? Will it make you independent? Or is it just an image that someone is trying to sell you to get your money? That's what we need to get across to our children.
Are more young people starting, or have the statistics gone down?
No, young people are not starting. But I think teenagers, I have teenagers at home too, they suffer from what we call the universe of one. If they see one person who does it, they assume that everybody does it. The majority of their peers do not smoke, they do not drink, they do not do drugs. But all you need to do is see one person doing it, and they will assume that everybody does it. So
Just the cost alone, to me, would be crazy.
oh, if people smoke a pack a day, in 1 year they will spend over $1,700
Wow.
on cigarettes. So think, what can I do with $1,700?
Go on a cruise.
Yeah, you could go on a cruise. You could have, make a great down payment on a new car. There are a lot of things you could do with $1,700.
Okay, we have about a minute left. Did you want to?
Sometimes people have a hard time understanding what statistics tell you. So if we say that over 1,300 people a day die from tobacco-related illnesses, which in North Carolina costs us $3.8 billion a year, what does that number really mean? You know, tobacco kills more people than alcohol, homicides, suicides, and car accidents combined.
Wow.
So this is 16. This is the number of people who die a day from drug overdose. Okay.
Okay.
This is alcohol. Alcohol is over 350. Okay, and here's tobacco, including all the beads that I already put in the pot.
Wow.
That's every day.
Wow.
That's every day. So we need to be vigilant. We need to be very, very conscientious in keeping our children safe and keeping our community safe.
If folks want to get involved, how can they get involved?
They can call me.
Okay.
My number is 910-798-6658.
Okay.
Or they can email me, or they can also find me on Facebook,
Oh,
which is
okay.
Project Assist of New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick counties.
Well, great. Regina, thanks for stopping by. We'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
Come on, boy. Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. Man, they probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
My next guest is Georgia Mastroini. She is Director of Youth and Family Education at the Cameron Art Museum. And Georgia, we're here today to talk about educational opportunities in the summer. Fill us in on what you guys have going on.
We have lots of different educational opportunities during the summer, especially for our youth programming. So I myself offer and teach our Kids at Museum Camp program, which is geared towards children 5 to 12 years old. And then we also have opportunities for middle school and high school students through the museum school, known as our youth studio classes, which also cover a wide array of topics and also different techniques for the children to learn.
Tell us about some of the themes for the younger kids.
Well, with Kids at Museum Camp, what we've done this year is we've expanded it into 3 different types of themes. And our three themes, excuse me, are using visual art to tell stories, unconventional materials, and also learning from the great artists. So even though that all of our summer camps, of which we have 10 this year, will always focus on exposing the children to a variety of different materials and really encouraging their own creativity and imagination and self-expression, these different themes will kind of give us an opportunity to go a little bit deeper with some of these ideas. So we're very excited about that because this is our first year doing that.
So what would students be doing in the unconventional class?
We have lots of ideas. That's the one I think right now I'm the most excited about, because we have one of our exhibitions right now is the work of a man named James Grashow, who works with large-scale cardboard and makes these absolutely gorgeous sculptures. So we're going to be drawing a lot of inspiration from his work. So we'll be doing a variety of paintings employing just the use of different types of cardboard pieces. We're also going to be exploring a lot of ideas of recycled art and basically doing traditional art projects but not providing the regular materials so the kids can really, you know, kind of explore on their own the different possibilities.
Think outside the box. Very good. What about the middle and high school students?
Middle and high school students, we also have a wide array of opportunities this year. So we are going to have portrait painting lessons. We're going to have painting from still lives. Something brand new this year that we're very excited about is we're going to be working with Zach Hanner, who runs a theater company locally in town, and he is going to be working with both middle and high school students to do theater projects that are going to be based off of the iPad. So the children are going to create the stories, they're going to create everything that a theater production would need, and they're going to be basing it off of their work with the iPad. So they're going to get both the theater instruction on all levels as well as exposure to how to use modern technology.
Fun. Why do you think these classes are important?
Well, I think for the younger students, our emphasis is a lot on just kind of letting them figure out the different types of work that they like to create and really exploring with the different use of materials and how they can kind of have fun and all have different interpretations of the same project, which we really love to encourage in the younger students. With the older students, it's a great opportunity to take those general art interests and kind of find more of a focus. And we're also keeping the class sizes small. And another great aspect of the youth studio classes is that they're all taught by local professional artists. So they'll get that kind of one-on-one interaction with somebody who's in that field for a living.
And that one class you talked about, is that all guest artists? You mentioned 3 for the younger kids with the unconventional in the middle.
Oh, that would be our great artists where we're going to be teaching the children different art history lessons. That will be sort of the inspiration for the project. So if we're learning about Michelangelo, we would tell them about the Sistine Chapel and then perhaps put the canvas underneath the table so they can have the experience that he did of what it was like to work, you know, in a certain...
Cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. We've done that before and the kids have a blast with it. Plus they learn so much about, you know, what the experience was like.
And they'll have real local artists helping them out.
Yep, and then we'll also draw a lot of inspiration from our exhibitions, which we always do, but for those particular sessions we'll expand it to also more general art history lessons as well.
Val, what's your class size?
For the younger students, we keep the summer camps to 20 students or less, and we have a great student-to-teacher ratio. And then for our older classes, they'll range in size from 12 to 15 students.
Okay. And what's the day look like time-wise?
Most of these classes are half-day experiences. So for the younger children, for Kids at Museum Camp, we offer sessions from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So hopefully that works with different people's schedules. And it'll be a similar breakdown in schedules for the older students with half-day programs in the morning and then in the afternoon.
And how do people register for these classes?
You can register online at www.cameronartmuseum.org, and you can follow the links through Museum School or through Kids and Family Programming. And it's all streamlined so that the information is right there, so it'll answer most of your questions, and then the registration button is right there as well.
Well, good. Now we've talked about the kids, the little ones, the middle school and high school. Anything for adults in the summer?
Yes, we're going to continue to offer our classes for adults. We'll continue to have evening classes for adults as well as weekend workshops, 1- and 2-day workshops. Once again, drawing on our resources of our great local artists. And then we'll also continue to have programming for adults, our Music in the Courtyard series, lectures, films, gallery talks, things like that will continue throughout the summer as well.
When do your classes start for the kids? Do they start that 16th?
Yep,
right after?
June 16th we hit the ground running with 2 summer camps, and then we alternate. So one week it'll be the Kids at Museum Camp for the younger students, and then the next week will be for the middle and high school students. And that will continue until the week that school starts.
Very good. The adult classes, what type of classes do you have for them in the summer?
We again have a great wide array. We have different, we'll have textile workshops, we'll have basketry workshops, painting workshops. There's a whole wide array of things. And once again, you can get all the information online with detailed explanations of the classes and the instructors as well.
Will the exhibits change in the museum before camp starts in June?
They'll kind of be changing throughout the summer. So, but there'll always be an exhibition open. So we're always involving the students with the work on display. So whatever session they sign up for, they will spend a lot of time in the galleries with whatever the current exhibition is.
So they'll go, check it out, maybe draw their own personal experience and then bring it to life.
And we do a lot of drawing in the galleries as well.
Really?
Fun gallery talks, gallery hunts. We try to engage them as much as we can with the exhibitions.
Okay. And does the fee that they pay include all the materials that they would need and such?
For the kids at Museum Camp, it does. So the flat fee covers their snacks, always provide healthy snacks, as well as all of their supplies. And for the middle, high school, and adult workshops, that kind of depends on the class. But once again, all that information is listed on the website.
Very good. What else is keeping you busy as we get ready for summer?
Oh, we've just been having a wonderful time at the museum. Our cafe has been open and delivering absolutely wonderful meals and keeping the floor very busy.
Good.
We had a recent exhibition opening, so that was our chance to display the work of Wilmington artists. We left it up to the community to vote, and the pieces that received the most votes are what are currently on display.
Fun.
So we just have lots of things going on. Our healthy living program with yoga and Tai Chi, our ongoing museum school classes, which go throughout the year. So it's been a busy time.
Well, get ready for June 16th.
Yes, we're very excited.
We'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
That's it.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Rachel. She's cool. Hey.
Hey, could you watch the road?
Hey, could you watch the road?
Okay. All right, well, if we die in a car crash, I want to donate my eyes to my neighbor, Gary. He has a boat, and he sails all around the world. I would love to see that. I don't know if he actually needs eyes, but who would turn on a free pair of eyes, right? Who's that rich?
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. To sign up online for a summer camp at the aquarium, go to www.ncaquariums.com/Fort-Fisher. You can also call 458-7468. To contact the Tobacco Prevention Program, call 798-6658. They can answer any of your tobacco and tobacco-related questions, as well as help you find support if you wish to quit using tobacco. And finally, for more information about art classes and camps at the Cameron Art Museum, visit www.cameronartmuseum.org or call 395-5999. Now, if you ever have any questions about the topics discussed here on our show today, please call the School System's Public Relations Office at 254-4180. I'm Sheila Evans, and thanks for joining me today.